WIFO, Big Dog Country's Local Musician Spotlight, sponsored by Union Station Brewing Company, El Dorado, England's Collision Center, and American Steel Builders. Tune in every week to hear the best local talent putting all the rest of the test. Come on and crank it up for this week's star, right here on 105.5 WIFO, Big Dog Country.
Local Musician Spotlight here on Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Butch Hubbard here with you on this Friday morning. Just a gorgeous day and weekend. Our guest this morning, the spotlight today is on Aaron Brown of Baxley. Good morning, Aaron.
Morning, man. It's good to see you.
How you doing, man?
Living the dream, brother. It's good to be back in Wayne County, I'll say that.
Good to be back across the border, huh?
Yeah, true.
Did you graduate from Appleton County High School?
Yes, sir, I did.
What year did you graduate?
2019.
29? Oh, got you. Just a youngster. Yeah, you graduated 29. Did you get into that all that Wayne County, Appleton County Border War stuff?
I did.
Football, baseball, that
I
kind of
did.
stuff?
I was in the marching band for 4 years, and we had a little competition with Wayne County's band for a little bit. But me being biased, I think Appleton County had a little bit of upper hand. But hey, all love here from Appleton County. But it's all good here. And
okay. Local Musician Spotlight this morning here on Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO FM Jesup. But once again, Aaron Brown of Baxley is here. Have you been on the show before?
No, sir. This is my first time.
I couldn't remember. We've had so many musicians on here since last spring. It's hard for me to remember all of them. And so glad that you're over here. You know, and do you have a day job? Do you do music full time? Tell us a little about your life, your family, and all that. We know you graduated Appleton County High School, but what else about your life?
So this is my full-time job. I'm a touring musician, and I'm a full-time singer-songwriter, and the good Lord has blessed me with just the ability to do this full-time. And so starting out, I'll go over like a lot of the stuff that I've been through as a musician. So I went to South Georgia State College, and after high school, and I was going to be a school teacher, a history teacher, football coach. I was going to come back and coach at Appleton County and be a coach and try to be legendary. And the good Lord had other plans for me, and I just said, you know what, I'm just try this music thing out because I've sang music all my life, and I grew up in a musical family, and I just said, you know what, let's just try it out. And I think I probably made one of the best decisions ever is to do music. And I've been doing this full time since 2019, and life has just been an adventure. I'll say that.
Well, you followed your heart, you followed your passion. You don't work a day in your life. You know,
Right.
if you do that, and that's great that you've been able to do that, and you've been able to do it successfully and still pay the bills.
Yes, sir.
You know, several folks, you know, they have a musical career. They play here, there, and yonder, but they have to have that daytime job to take care of their families or take care of themselves. But good that you're able to make enough money to make a living at it.
Yes, sir. I am blessed. I'll say that.
All right. Now, you've got a good-looking beard, okay?
Thank you.
I've tried growing beards, but I don't know if there's enough follicles on my face or my hair wants to bunch up and curl up like my hair on my head does if I don't keep it short. And but your beard just looks great there. How long have you had that?
Senior year of school, maybe.
You started in high school.
Started in high school. Yeah, it was just a short little thing, and you know, I had the Riley Green look before the Riley Green look was a thing back in the day.
So you look like, folks, he looks like Riley Green, okay?
yeah, I bet so. On the radio, I do. But
on the radio.
If you see me in public, I look more like Willie Robertson, if anybody knows.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but no, I have to say it's just, you know, just don't shave. That's the only thing I can say.
Just don't shave.
Just trim it up a little bit, and it'll grow, and just...
Well, that's what I've told my family. I said if I ever retire, which I have no plans on doing that anytime in the foreseeable future, the thought don't even cross my mind. But I told them if I ever do that, I'm going to do that because I was in an event, like Shellman's Bluff. They have their St. Patrick's Day parade.
Right.
The Redneck St. Patrick's Day parade is tomorrow.
Right.
Okay, they're at Shellman's Bluff. And several years ago, I was there with my family, my oldest son and his wife, Mandy, and the grandkids and so forth, and we were watching it. And there was a guy across the road there that had this long white beard, okay, you know, down to his chest area, a lot longer than yours, and his hair was long and white. And I said, that's me when I retire.
Yeah, I'm gonna do,
and they just looked at me, you know. I said,
Yeah.
you know, you get to the point where you don't care. You know, it's like David Letterman. He got off TV, and you've seen his big white long beard, hadn't you?
Right.
David Letterman. I mean, it's just amazing what he's done since he retired from his show.
That's right. Yeah, I plan on growing it out. That's the growing thing with me. People's like, "You ever going to shave it off, man?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna keep it as long as I can." So if you see me next time and it's down about right here,
it's going to be ZZ Top time, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
ZZ Top time is going to be soon for Aaron.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Yes,
soon,
sir.
but does it grow as fast now as it did earlier? I mean, does hair grow the
No,
same?
it took me. I think I got the long probably about 2 years ago, 3 years ago maybe.
Uh-huh.
But say probably when I turned 21 and probably started drinking. Sorry, Mom, about that. Probably when I started socially drinking, it just stayed there, and then everybody loves it. The ladies love it, so
The ladies love it. That's
they
right.
do.
If the ladies love it, Aaron's keeping it. All right. One of these days when you get older and it's going to turn gray, you can play Santa Claus during during November.
That's a funny
December,
thing.
right?
I actually played Santa Claus.
Oh, you did?
I played Santa Claus when I can't remember, 6 or 7. I guess it wasn't because of the beard, but I just
Of course.
That's a funny story I always like to tell.
All right. Will it take long?
It's
Go ahead. Let's say it. Let's share your childhood, Aaron.
So so like I said, I grew up in a very musical family, and being in a very musical family comes with a lot of I wouldn't say as pressure, but there was a lot of pressure on me as a young child from everybody else but my family. My family's my biggest supporters. I love my family to death, and but a lot of other people tell me they hear me sing in church, or they hear me sing in school plays, or they hear me sing in the show choir and all that, and they're like, "Man, what are you doing?" I'm like, "You should be like in American Idol, or you should be on The Voice, or you should be in Nashville." And I took that to consideration when I was probably 14 years old, and honestly, I'll be real personal with you here. The reason that I'm doing this is because of my grandfather, who passed away in 2014 to stage 4 lung cancer, and he is the reason why I'm doing this today. And his death, he was a very special individual to me, and he really changed my life as a young man. And him and my dad, they grew me up in the woods. I was hunting, I was fishing all the time, and they taught me to be a man, my grandfather and my dad. And also my dad's my biggest fan as well. And my grandfather, once he passed away, I realized that there's something inside of me, a passion that I need to pursue, and that's music. And I had a lot of people tell me that you don't need to do it. You need to do the school teaching, and you need to be a coach, and you need to live underneath this ceiling. But I'm one of those guys that doesn't have a ceiling. I'm like a rocket. I'm going to go as fast as I can. I'm going to make it to the top, whether it's very hard, and it has been very hard for me in the music business, but the good Lord's faithful, and He's blessed me with a lot of talent and a lot of good people surrounding me in this industry. And but going back, me and my grandfather used to listen to a lot of old country, George Jones, Keith Whitley. I was a Keith Whitley fan before it was cool to be a Keith Whitley fan, and just listen to all those songs in that old Ford pickup truck on the way from the Carter's Fried Chicken in Alma and all that stuff, Dairy Queen. Just listen to all those songs, really grew me to be the artist that I am today. And my grandfather and my dad and my family is the reason why I'm doing this.
Okay, yeah, Keith Whitley, Chris Ledoux, they're country music singers' idols in a way.
Yes.
Both of them did pretty decent. Keith Whitley and then Chris Ledoux, but a lot of country music artists, the guys will tell you that they love listening to those two.
Right.
All right. And so tell us a little bit about the song that you're going to sing in just a few minutes here on the Local Musician Spotlight,
So
Aaron.
I'm actually going to do an unreleased song today, and I actually, this is kind of special for here because I actually started writing this song here in Jesup on the way home from the movie theater here at the Strand. The song is called No Rain in Oklahoma. So if anybody has seen the Twisters movie when it came out, this idea came from my good buddy, Mr. Nate Baker, who I write a lot of my songs with, and who has a lot of cuts as a songwriter with, and probably one of the best songwriters in this area, in my personal opinion. An amazing talent that he is as a poet. And I went to watch that Twisters movie, and I got out, and I enjoyed it, and I was like, I was going through this thing with a girl, this situationship and all that, the so-called quote-unquote situationship, and we weren't dating at the time, but we were getting close to, but...
Situationship. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Ladies, have y'all ever heard that before? Situationship? Gary says yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Aaron.
But I was driving home, and it always seemed like with me and this girl, when we argue, it's always cloudy and it's always raining, nasty storms and all that. And then when she finally left, it's like every day when I look up at the sky, when I get up to go to the gym in the morning, or when I go just to do stuff, it's like it's the prettiest days. So me and Nate wrote this song, and I came with this idea, and he came with almost the same exact idea. And he was like, there's just no rain in Oklahoma because it's always skin and bones in the house, where y'all were always arguing that. And then when she's left, and, you know, it's always, when she leaves, it's always pink sunsets and no clouds. So it's a very special song to me. I enjoy it. It's
I think we can all relate to this.
Yeah.
Aaron. All right. Aaron Brown of Baxley, he's going to be, and did you say you wrote the song?
Yes, sir, I did.
Just yourself?
Me and Nate Baker did.
Nate Baker, both of y'all wrote it together.
Yes, sir.
All right. And did you come up with the words first and then the music, or how did it work?
I'll go into a little secret of my songwriting process. I come up with the music first.
Oh, okay.
Just to lay down a basis about the melody, and then we come up with the words after that. And usually it's just one of those talents that I have. I can just come up with music just like that, and just...
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so coming up in a moment, we'll have Aaron Brown. He's got his guitar. He's ready to play. And he'll sing his song, No Rain in Oklahoma. But first of all, let's hear from the sponsors of Local Musician Spotlight.
When it comes to auto body repairs and glass replacements, trust the experts at England's Collision Center and Mobile Glass in Jesup. Whether you've been in a fender bender or need a windshield replacement, England's has the experience and expertise to get your vehicle back on the road in no time. Plus, with their convenient mobile glass service, England's Collision Center can come to you, making the repair process even more convenient and hassle-free. Don't let auto body damage or a cracked windshield slow you down. Visit England's, located at 586 Southwest Broad Street, or give them a call at 912-588-9922. England's Collision Center and Mobile Glass, serving Wayne County for over 25 years. Proud sponsor of the WIFO Local Musician Spotlight.
Craving a taste of adventure? El Dorado Mexican and Japanese cuisine is your passport to flavor. From sizzling fajitas to mouth-watering sushi rolls, we've got something to satisfy every craving. And that's not all. We're proud sponsors of the Local Musician Spotlight, supporting the vibrant music scene in Jesup. So come on down to El Dorado and experience the perfect blend of delicious food and community spirit. El Dorado Mexican and Japanese cuisine, your local flavor destination. Are you in need of a durable, reliable, and cost-effective building solution? Look no further than American Steel Buildings in Jesup, Georgia. With American Steel Buildings, you can trust that you're getting a high-quality product at a great price. Call Chad Burke at American Steel Buildings in Jesup, Georgia today at 912-294-2011 or visit our website at americansteelbuildingsllc.com.
Local Musician Spotlight here on Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM. Our guest this morning, the spotlight is on Aaron Brown of Baxley. And he's got this song that he's written. He hasn't released it yet, so you'll hear it first right here on 105.5 FM, Big Dog Country. And it's No Rain in Oklahoma. He's told you a little bit about how he came up with the inspiration for the song. And right now, listen to Aaron Brown.
She rode off in the Tulsa wind, saying she wasn't coming back again. The taillight shining through a red dust cloud. She was right storming out of that house. Now I'm living in a ghost town, hearing voices when I wander around. But there's no rain in Oklahoma, and all that's left here is skin and bone. She left with everything I own, and I ain't slept since she's been gone. But there's no rain in Oklahoma, no place to call home. Now the walls are finally caving in. I'm living my life on a cracked foundation, stuck in between a hill of a heartbreak and a twister running through this place. And now I'm living in a ghost town, getting used to the voices now. But there's no rain in Oklahoma, and all that's left here is skin and bones. She left with everything I own, and I ain't slept since she's been gone. There's no rain in Oklahoma, no place to call home. 'Cause there's no rain in Oklahoma. All that's left here is skin and bone. She lived with everything I own, and I haven't slept since she's been gone. There's no rain in Oklahoma, no place to call home, no place to call home. Well, pink sunsets and no clouds, it hasn't rained since she's left town.
That's very good. Very, very good. Good beer drinking music right there, sitting around your buddies around the bar, just talking about our exes.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Aaron Brown of Baxley there with the original song, his No Rain in Oklahoma. Very good song. Very good song. That's going to do well for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's going to do
so
very
much.
well for you. So what's next up for Aaron Brown?
What's next up? Man, I'll tell you what. I'm riding the coattails right now. With TikTok doing a lot of good for me these past few months with a cover of Hank Williams' Old Habits. I'll do a little story about that. Just one of those crazy moments of TikTok. You see all these videos that have 1 million likes, and I'm like, I wonder if I ever get there. You always wonder that. And I happened to be sitting with my mom and dad. I was home off the road for a weekend because usually we're gone 3-4 days out the week on the road playing. And I come home one day and I just sitting down with the guitar doing like I'm doing, just playing songs and all that. And I said, you know what, I'm going to try this one out. This song's been out 40, 50 years by Hank Williams Jr. And I said, I'm going to try it out. And my mom happened to be filming what I was doing because of the moment it was. And my mom was like, you got to post that. You got to post it on TikTok. It's going to blow up. And Mama, and I now say Mama's always right now because of what happened. And I went to bed. I didn't even think about it. I just posted it. And then the next morning I woke up, I had 275,000 views on it. And I said, well, here we go. And now today we're close to 675.
And what's the name of the junior
Old
song?
Habits.
Old Habits by Hank Williams Jr., your cover of it.
Yeah, and I just released it not too long ago because of that, because it going viral. And, life has been crazy since that day. This is probably my, I've been on the radio maybe 3 times before. This is actually my 10th or 11th time since that Old Habits thing. It's just crazy how the Lord's timing just works because I believe in myself that I know that I'm good at what I do because I've worked at it and I've worked tirelessly and
You've put your 10,000 hours in.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I have, and I've written close to 200 songs, and I've always I'm just working every day and just getting up every morning and just writing and recording and putting this stuff out. And so the question is, what's next for me? The next thing is get some new music out to everybody. I know a lot of people's been. I put out an EP, the Late Night Sessions, about close to about a year ago in May, and then I just put out Old Habits, and a lot of people was wanting some new music, and I have a bunch of originals in the pocket right now, ready to go, and kind of like No Rain in Oklahoma, which my buddy Nate Baker recorded, but I'm gonna try to put a songwriter's cut version out for acoustic, and I have a song called Breaking Hearts that a lot of people want to have acoustic, and that's my first song ever, and that song went to country radio as well, and thank you to my friends at 94.5 WBYZ in Baxley for doing that for me.
Yeah, Jimmy and the gang over there.
Yes, sir. Yeah. They've done a lot for me, and there's a lot of songs that a lot of people want some heartbreak songs from me. So we got
good old heartbreak song.
We've got a bunch in the batch for you. So get ready for some new music, and just keep your eye out for some dates for on the road. And like I said, I'm on the road with Derek Flowers right now, one of my best friends in the entire world, and me and him's on the road together. I'm playing guitar for him, but he lets me sing most of my songs every night. So
where will you and Derek be next?
We will be. That's a great question. We're on the road so much, I barely can keep up where we at. But
does someone tell you before you go on the stage? Now remember, you're in
sometimes
whatever your town
that happened this past weekend. I knew I was in Savannah, but I just didn't know where because we just got back from a 5-day tour from Savannah on St. Patrick's weekend.
Okay,
which has exhausted me this week. I've slept great this week because of that. But yeah, we were in downtown Savannah for St. Patrick's week, and we're just all over the place. We're pretty regional right now. We're getting ready to do some festivals here. The next big one we're doing is Swamp Fest in Waycross. Okay, we'll be co-headlining with the Swing of Medallions on that Friday. We got some more big shows. Anybody who goes to all the college towns, we'll be in Statesboro. We'll be in all these towns here. Warner Robins, Macon will be here soon,
and where do people go online to find out about y'all's tour? You or Derek Flowers?
You can go on Instagram, Aaron Brown Music _. You go on Derek Flowers Music. You can go on Facebook at Derek Flowers and Aaron Brown. TikTok, Aaron Brown Music 21. I think that's correct. Derek's, I'm not sure about. Just type in Derek Flowers Music, and you will find us.
So that's how you're playing now. You're not doing individual gigs. You're on tour with Derek Flowers right now.
Yes, I just playing guitar with him, and that's another amazing story in itself of how God's timing just works. With you just don't know God's plan until you just go through it at front face, and then you just keep going, and it's just been an amazing journey. Just I know I've become a better artist and a better person because of Derek and joining forces, playing guitar for him. So.
Surround yourself with good people.
Yes, sir.
It'll move you forward.
Yes, sir.
I see great things for you, Aaron.
Thank you so much.
Future's going to be good for you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Aaron Brown of Baxley here on our local musician spotlight here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. We look forward to seeing you again sometime in the near future, okay?
Yes, sir. I cannot wait to be back.
All right. You take care.
You too, man.
All right. Local Musician Spotlight here on Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO FM in Jesup, has been brought to you by England's Collision Center and England's Mobile Glass Service, by El Dorados, and by American Steel Buildings.